in the final days of the election campaign, and to bring us the very latest from the Abbott and Gillard camps, we'll cross live to our reporters Jane Azzopardi and Tracy Vo. First we go to Jane, who was at the Labor Party campaign launch in Brisbane today, where, Jane, I understand Julia Gillard's message is no longer about just moving forward. Instead it was, yes, we will.
That's right, Wendy. Julia Gillard said she was too humble to compare herself to Barack Obama, but that didn't stop her taking his Yes We Can slogan and changing it around to fit her. And Yes We Will is the message that she says she wants people to think about on voting day. This was a launch where we heard a lot about the economy, about the decisions the Labor Party made during the global financial crisis. There was also a lot about health and education. Former Prime Minister, the man that Julia Gillard replaced, Kevin Rudd, he was there in the audience. She paid tribute to him, to the achievements she said that he'd already made and those she said he would make in the future. And that really was, I suppose, the theme of the campaign launch. It was about looking towards the future with optimism. Let's have a listen to what the Prime Minister's slogan was today.
Yes, we will keep our economy growing stronger day by day. Yes, we will offer people the benefits and dignity of work. Yes, we will work together and tackle the challenge of climate change. Yes, we will embrace the technology of the future. Yes, we will move forward together.
And Jane, Ms Gillard actually announced a new policy as well today.
That's right, Wendy. It's a $392 million package that links two of the policies we already know about, the National Broadband Network and health reform. And basically it's all about having health meetings with doctors online. So that will help rural and regional patients if they want to have an appointment with a doctor and they don't have to go into the city. It'll also be for people who need to see a GP after hours. They'll be able to do that through video conferencing. So there'll be Medicare rebates for that sort of thing, and also help for GP clinics to get those video conferencing services into their centres. So like I said, combining the National Broadband Network and the idea of having after-hours GP clinics, two things that Julia Gillard says you won't get with the opposition. So that was her major push today.
All right, Jane Azzopardi there in Brisbane. Thank you. Now to the opposition's campaign, and Tony Abbott has been making his way across the marginal seats of Western Sydney today, and travelling with him is Tracy Vo. Trace, good afternoon to you. What were the key messages today?
Good afternoon, Wendy. It was certainly a blitz through Western Sydney for Tony Abbott. We visited 5 marginal seats and they could be key to a possible election win come Saturday for the coalition. But today he made some announcements for the region. In Penrith, he announced $5 million to upgrade local sporting facilities there after he had a bit of a kick around with some kids there on the soccer field. We then moved on to a suburb called Riverstone, where he met the owners of a ceramic and glass business, and it's an area where it's prone to crime and robbery. So he announced there that he would set up his National Crime Command Centre in Western Sydney, and that would be fully operational by 2011. But we're here in Smeaton Grange, where he's ended the day on a lighter note, meeting some kids here at the PCYC who are doing a bit of a self-defence class at the time. Here he's announced $3 million to help the PCYC out. OK,
and Trace, Tony Abbott's actually been copping a lot of flack about his plan to have a boat phone. What can you tell us about that?
That's right, Wendy. Julia Gillard says he has been quite critical of the fact that he wants a boat phone where a commander or a Navy officials would call him direct to decide whether they should turn a boat around or not. She says that it would take the commander's eyes off the sea and put them in danger where they have to go into a cabin and make a phone call to the opposition leader. But he says he will always take the advice of whoever's on the ground there. He's never going to make any decision without their advice. Let's have a listen.
I would take military advice seriously. I would turn up at National Security Committee meetings of the Cabinet. I wouldn't send junior staff. I wouldn't send my bodyguard. Not only would I take the naval and the other military advice seriously, I would take the whole process of government seriously.
And Wendy has made the pledge that he will stop the boats in 3 months if he does win this Saturday, so it's a very tight deadline he's got there.
Isn't it just? All right, Tracy Vo there, thank you.